This is called Drunk Walk Home, written on October 27th, 2019. From Francis to Maggie. Last night was crazy. Yes, we had sexual contact. I know it was only 2 hours since I met you, but I believed everything you said was true. I didn't want to have sex with you. You had my trust. I was helping film a scene with my friend's movie. That's it. After that, I would go home and go to bed by 1 in the morning. You came and just commented on the set. I thought of you as a stranger, but it was the right choice for Al to stop you and ask you a few questions. I'm glad you stood around. My first questions was that you were goofy and didn't know what you were doing. Maybe you were drunk, but I was wrong. You were drunk. But you wanted to talk about your film and I like it. Walking and talking with you felt so new. It felt strange, like I didn't know you. I felt embarrassed, like you wouldn't understand what an art film is, but you already knew. I couldn't believe it was happening. I was talking to a decent-looking stranger that I would never dare to hit on. I can't approach girls. I'm a nerd. We sat down at Rebecca's and I ordered 2 drinks for us, and my friend Al said, I was his mentor, or he is my mentor. That was such a nice thing to say. I never knew that. He left and gave us space. We entered the bar around 11:55, but didn't leave until 3 in the morning. You have a very interesting yet dysfunctional family. I am impressed you enjoy Larry Clark films. As cliche as it sounds, it's one point to understand that innocence does exist. You were yelling in my ear like I couldn't hear, but I could tell you just want to get closer. But I stood away. Did you really mean what you were doing? We had a talk about music. Yes, we both have a selfie with Jamie Stewart of Juju, and I did do podcasts with him. Not to sound cooler than you, but it's just to relate. He's a cool guy, and Mitsuki, Japanese Breakfast, Beach House, yes, they're all cool acts, and you got me when you had the Atari Teenage Riot LP hanging in your living room. No one has that. It's too hard to believe you're into that. I'm impressed. You said I was sexy for being a novelist, and I hope you don't mind being transgressive that each book only sold 100 copies each. But I'm on Google search, just like you are. So for my first book was about a failed relationship with a Chinese girl who made me obsessive and deranged, and then you said your first book was a white skater boy who drove you crazy. It's like a parallel universe. I could tell that you remind me of someone I grew up with. For that, I guess I like Asian women too much, and that you said I have to watch it with my book, but ultimately it's daring and transgressive. You were excited, and I like that type of girl. I remember when we moved to the sofa and you put my arms around me and you talked about your life at SVA, your day job, and art you make. I gave some advice. I want to talk like an intellect, but you pushed it to something different. You wanted something out of me, but I wanted something else. You told me about your favorite animal, a rabbit, and my favorite color, orange. And my favorite color was also orange, and I said it first, but I like seals. Very mundane stuff, and I think you got turned on by orange. You told me I was handsome, and you were confused why I was single. I told you I was a nerd, and you said you were a nerd too. I believe it now, why you were going alone. And I felt butterflies in my stomach and reliving a high school memory. You were smaller than me and looking socially awkward. I believe in you. I don't want to retell every point we talked about in 2 hours, but when you talked about your personal life or your feelings, I just felt I had to hug you. And you asked me, are you single? And the next thing happened, we were kissing. I felt you. I grabbed your cheeks and I told you I love your cheeks. I remember you dug your fingernails in my back and it hurt. I grabbed your little hand. We tongued. We made out. It felt like forever. I grabbed your ass, your tit, and yes, I fingered you. I was on you and we were having sex with our clothes on, humping. Yes, I bit your neck and I was going into it while I was doing it in my pants, pushing it into you. And we moved to the bathroom and things happened from there. I knew you were something special. I believed in you. I walked you home. I didn't want you to go inside the house. You won my trust. Never did I want to date rape you. You were not an object. You kept asking for my phone number and Instagram. I gave you my phone and you typed them in. I was excited. Someone new, someone who was pretty and intellectual. You're my type. Cute, small, Asian, artistic, eccentric, nostalgic for the past. We kissed for so long, but then you walked in your door. I remember commenting nice bike, but that was your friend's bike. I was on the train home excited, yelling to myself, what just happened? I had a girlfriend, I was thrilled. No longer do I have to go on Tinder and ask random people if they're interested or put on a mask during a date. My perfect date happened in 4 hours. It was the right place and the right time. That's all I ever wanted living in the city, to belong, to have a place, to have someone to be loyal to. No longer would I have to suffer my trauma of being alone or being too eccentric. You begged for the next date to be Monday or Halloween. I was happy. You liked sushi, so I just were going out to get sushi. I didn't see you as a tool to have sex with. No, and even if you did use, I would regret not seeing you again. Some people would call me a cuck for not sleeping with you, but I saw you more. You won my trust. Let's have sex on the second date or the third. I have standards, and I believe you have standards too. Maybe I'm a loser that I didn't fuck you, or maybe your excuse to say, can I use your bathrooms, just so I can get in your place. But that wasn't on my mind. I believed you. I couldn't go to sleep. I prayed to God, which I never do, thinking we would become a couple. I got 4 hours of sleep. It rained that morning. I sent you a good morning text. I'm a nerd, Maggie. I'm not a pump and dump chat of any sorts. You're an amazing person. I'm looking forward to seeing you soon. Francis. From Maggie. Francis, or is it Joe? Which one do you like? Can you tell me more about why you don't like Joe? It's kind of cute. Last night was fun. I told you long term for me was scary, but I'm up for it. I prefer short term because it's more ambiguous. Dating terms like that mix up the way we think about things. Don't worry about what happened last night. I loved it. You're a wonderful guy. I'm surprised you're all into the arts. Most people don't know half the stuff you're talking about. Did you Google search me? What do you think about my film? I watched your YouTube. You're so funny and offensive. So why did your first channel get deleted? I want to watch more. And your book, can you send me a PDF? I read it, and you're talking about an ex, a Chinese ex for that matter. Wow, you're such a nerd. But tell me, do you hate your exes? Why would a guy be like you be with me? Why not be with someone who has tits? I really don't have time for that. I'm not cool at all. I never leave my house. I never kissed a guy in 7 months, let alone sucked a dick. And you like me, and I like you a lot too. I have a lot of quirks you may be afraid of. I'm not sure if you'll still like me. I do drugs sometimes, but that's because I've been abused. Can we meet at Momia at 7 p.m.? I'm just busy this morning. I have to do some screen prints. I understand you're busy. We can talk on the phone later tonight if you can't make it. Also, I have a Halloween party with the students. You're welcome to come by. You have to meet some of my friends. They'd love to hear your blogging work on AXA? Asian Arianism? Asian Aesthetic? What the fuck? Why are you so offensive? I thought about graduate school. It's cool you can afford it. You make me jealous. That would be great if you could teach too. You could sell it here in Brooklyn. I could give you the tour. I'm surprised you've only been here for 3 months. If you need a place to stay, my place is right next to Rebecca's. My studio's a mess, and I'd love to show you sometime. Next week? I really don't go out for concerts, but if you're taking me, I'll go to Americana because of the name alone. Maybe Dead Can Dance. No, I don't know who Alain Badu is. I'll never go to Ludlow and Exif. If I was to visit your dorm, I'd feel like a little kid, but I like that too. Also, what are you doing Thanksgiving? Maybe we can do something. Just hang out. I'll be alone. We could go somewhere. And please tell me about the film project with Al. I'd love to act in it as Mitski if you have a scene for me. I love it. Don't know what else to say. I'll see you this Monday, Maggie. Now let me just ask you something, everyone here. How many do you believe she actually wrote that? Plot twist. She never wrote that. I did. It's what I wanted to hear from her the next night. She actually texted me this the following Sunday. Hey Francis, I just got your voicemail. Last night was really fun and unexpected. I'm sorry I didn't need to lead you on. I was kind of swept up in the moment, but I don't think I can meet up or go on a date or go through off time. And a few texts later, I don't even know you. This is a dishonest relationship. Get the fuck out of my life. I had a panic attack. I called 911. I slept in the hospital overnight. I vomited too. I wanted to die. The last few days were the worst ever. Sunday was one of the worst days of my life, and it was a few days ago. But here I am, live to tell you that I did indeed had a sexual contact with a 9 out of 10 artsy Asian girl and is still alive. Thank you.
Yeah! Yeah!